What's up, everybody? So I am back to working on my van, and you guys can see the motor is up. The motor mounts are done. I'm gonna do a whole separate video on the motor mounts, but really quick, I want to show you progress of what I did. So again, motor mounts are done. Boom. I basically extended that boy. And go over here. This motor mount is done. Our transmission mount. And here is the rear transmission motor / motor mount in the back. So this got welded up here. So it's nice and strong. Nice strong boy. And all right, and I finished up with the rear transfer bar, axle shaft. So I used a flux core welder, that little boy right there, and that thing did a job. I bought that for the sheet metal, and it was learning a little bit of a learning curve. As you guys can see, my welds aren't very pretty. I think they're not pretty at all. And I'm not even gonna focus on that one. But anyways, this weird geometric shape drops the axle bar. It used to be right here, drops it down to here. That gives me clearance for this part, this rear motor mount, and I also extended it 8 inches, and I also tilted it back a little, so it gives me some space behind the actual transmission. All right, so let me get under here to explain to you guys my next step. So next step, I have to weld a hub that goes over here, like basically making this over here. So, and then using a 1/4 inch steel, so it'll be like very thick stuff so this can hold on to. So it'll just be like a whole hub from up here down and down, welded to this corner, and the front corner, and this line right here, and to this corner right here. So don't comment about my welds. I'm gonna grind these down and TIG weld over them to make them look pretty. If it does bother me, so I'll probably end up doing that. And the reason why I did an extension is because I didn't want the axle bar here to be so close to each other. I'm gonna put a screenshot of what it will look like if the axle bar, the CV axle is normal. So if this was mounted here, the hub right behind it, and the CV axle distance, I'm gonna put a screenshot of what that will look like. It'll look ridiculous because the CV boots are butted up right next to each other, barely giving space for the axle bar. Not the axle bar, but CV axle. The middle shaft of the CV axle would be like really small. I think it was like literally a shaka distance. With this extension, it gives me 4 more inches on both sides. So on this side, you can kind of see a good demonstration of it. So here is the CV boot, like right here. CV boot, CV inner hub, and the CV axle. This, you flip it around. Let's say this is the length. It would be over here, and it would be like right where that scuff mark is right there, like that distance. So you can see how close the boots will be to one another. They essentially be butting up against each other, and then that can has a lot of issues, especially with the travel with here. This going up and down, you probably your ball bearings will probably fall out. Actually, I'll send another picture, thumbnail, or not thumbnail, another image of a stock sized axle bar, and the ball bearings falling out of an axle of a CV boot on the outer side. So I've seen that in an image. All right. So once I do the top hats for this, well, not top hats, but the inner or bottom hubs for the leaf springs, that will be almost done, because I have to also do the rear shock. So this is gonna be welded somewhere right here, actually. Yeah, somewhere right here. So that goes all the way up to those two bolts. Yeah. So I'll get those done. Then after that, once that's done, I can work on the engine again. So I have to put a chunk here for the bolt for the transfer case right here. One on the bottom and on the top of here. The back bolt, the bottom left bolt, or bottomest bolt over on that side, actually lines up with one of the bolt holes pretty close. I'll have to remount the hole a little bit so the bolt can actually go through. But once that's done, I'm good. All right, so back to the axle bar extension. Another thing that is in the way of that extension is the actual door. So you can see the hub is pretty dang close. Actually, it is pretty much almost flush with the side of the car, the van. So my new tires that I have over there are like, I think they're 8 inches. So it's like give or take 10 inches wide. The door is gonna hit the tire, which is not good, which is something I was planning ahead for, which is, it's not a real issue because I can extend this boy. So what I'd have to do is this middle part right here, I'd have to cut it and then extend this out however much I need, and then let's say 6 inches, and then once that's a 6-inch long arm there, in order for the door to close, I'll have to put this bolt pattern right here, 6 inches in as well. So that way when the door opens out, this will be out here, which is pretty freaking cool. I've seen it done on some Ford vans, and theirs is a little bit more complicated because their weird roller arm is like at a weird angle. But for the Acty, luckily, that thing is straight. So that's gonna be pretty nice. All right, so that covers the door distance. Okay, so I think that pretty much covers it for this video. Other concerns are, the shifter cables. They'll need to get around here somehow. So they'll go under here, then around to here. And I'll need to make that box to go over this so I can hide all this stuff and have extra storage right here. So all my tools or whatever, an AR, a shotgun, can actually be hidden inside of this. And then that should be good. And the rear seats will be able to recline all the way still. I think that covers it. What else? Any questions? I guess if you guys have any questions, just put it in the comments and I will answer them pretty quickly. Take a look at the exhaust. So the exhaust, oh yeah, you can see the drive shaft right there. So it'll be able to come down and do all those things. Don't want to get into too much detail in it, but so that's a pretty good update video so far. Pretty happy with the build. This thing's gonna be a ripper. Oh yeah, last thing I want to go over. So when the tire wheel is gonna be sticking out, like, a lot further with those new wheels, I'll put a screenshot of what those look like. They look super slick, like really, really cool. I want a nice fender flare. So what I'm gonna do with the fender flare, instead of doing like a stupid little normal bubble type of fender flare, I'm gonna do like a geometric shape. So it's gonna be like ding, 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 like looking pretty sweet over the whole axle. And I'll make it out of steel, so I wouldn't, and the outer layer is gonna be some thicker steel, so if someone opens their door and hits my van, I'm not gonna worry about my van being dented, and their car is gonna have a nice chunk out of the door. So that's pretty good. And what else? So the front, what do you call it? The front fender flare, the rear fender flare, and the front fender flare will both have crazy geometric shapes, and it should look really slick, especially if I TIG weld it. And I think I'm gonna keep them steel. If I can get some stainless steel, that'd be great. I use my old steel. If it, it's definitely cheaper. And then I'll just clear coat over my old steel so it looks nice. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. I hope you guys enjoy and follow along. It'll be a month till I do another video on this because I'm going on a trip. So I'm gonna go check out some stuff in Vietnam, actually. So alright guys, be safe, like and subscribe. Thanks for following, and thanks for the support. Peace out.